Hello again. This video is something more of a reflection more than a rant. I just want to tell you a little bit about my life and why I'm here. Folks, in this video, I really want to talk about you need to be not so narrow-minded in life. I find a lot of people now are just occupied with one aspect of their life, and that's it. They don't go after anything else. Case in point, me growing up. My parents drank the Kool-Aid, so to speak. They religiously believed that higher education is the gateway to paradise. It's the gateway to paradise. No. For most people, no, at least. For some people, maybe yes. If you're very intelligent or very lucky or have lots of connections, sure. But for most people, no. I'm not going to talk about education, though, really. I'm going to talk about my experience growing up. I'll tell you right now that if you raise your kids like my parents did with me, you're only going to foster disappointment in them. And I will explain why. From the day I was born till probably I'd say probably till I was 20. Yeah, 20. My sole purpose in life was to gobble up education as much as possible and just do extremely well in school. Just regurgitate information and spit it out on test day and come home and yay, look at me, I have a 95 because the teacher said I'm smart. Again, this is not an anti-education video, but you're going to see why I'm talking like this. Grade school and high school don't matter. And that's another video I'm going to talk about is high school. But grade school and high school don't matter. And I just want to say that I was robbed of my youth by my parents, maybe unintentionally. I mean, I think they realized what they were doing, but they didn't understand the full extent of their actions on my childhood. So I just want to say that if your kid's struggling in school, especially grade school, as long as he doesn't have like a learning disability or like a speech impediment, your kid's going to be just fine. Okay? Make sure he does his homework and stuff like that. But I just want to say that grade school and high school now are much different than what it was maybe 20, 30, 40, certainly 50 years ago. Ooh, helicopter. High school for the most part now, and grade school, is basically just a holding cell where adults think they can place children until they're 18. And they scare them, and they do all sorts of things to them, and they give them busy work. That's my favorite. Busy work. You know what busy work is, people? Busy work is the most dehumanizing, most pathetic excuse of nurturing our children I've ever heard in my fucking life. It is so demoralizing, so humiliating to someone like myself and many others in the classroom. In fact, no one, doesn't matter how smart you are. I'm not going to lie, I feel I'm a lot more intelligent than most people in society. It doesn't make me better than them, but I don't think anyone, doesn't matter how stupid you are, should be seduced into the fact that they should be forced to do busy work. Busy work is the adult equivalent of, we don't know what the fuck to do with you, so we're just going to give you a bunch of shit that doesn't mean anything in hopes that you do it in a day, or we're going to scare you if you don't. Do it. Fuck busy work, okay? I could probably do another video on that, but it's just, point is, grade school and high school especially is basically just mind-numbingly stupid. I used to get 80s in grade school and high school. I did. Till like grade 11 and 12, where I just fucking smoked a lot of weed and really didn't give a shit anymore. And I realized, fucking education's a lie. And I went through a mini mental breakdown when I realized my entire life was literally just my parents trying me to do as well as I could in school and not realizing just how stupid and how ridiculous that idea is, because it came at a cost of socializing with people. It came at a cost of, I don't know, just being me. I was robbed of my identity. I was always the smart kid. I was always the kid that people would cheat off of. I was always the kid that people would want their work from. So I'll tell you right now that if you are priming your children for education only, and that they're not going to be able to have any type of social life, stop. Don't let it happen. And for the love of God, try to understand that your children are more than just products of the education system. Real intelligence, folks, I will certainly have a video on this, is more than just school. Because all school is, up until you're 18, before higher education, and even higher education is a scam now in some areas, all school is, it's just a waste of time. You don't learn anything useful. You could probably learn all of grade school in like 2 years. Not 10, not 8, not 6, 2. 2 effing years. They don't teach you any real life skills. Grade school and high school is a joke. And if I ever have kids, I'll probably homeschool them, because I think it's a complete joke that this whole school thing is just, it's mind-numbingly stupid, and it doesn't teach you anything. And it teaches you how to be a slave, how to be a consumer, how to be a good little boy or girl, and not say anything rebellious, and not say anything against the government. And you better go to school, or you line up at the office like a freaking sheep and get your little piece of paper and lie to the freaking attendance person there. They hear these lies all day, that you were late or sick, or like, fuck that shit, man. Grade school. I love grade school. You have crossing guards to cross the street. My parents don't understand that. They're so brainwashed. I'm like, Mom, Dad, you never had that as a kid. They're like, yeah, but I think it's good now. I'm like, but why? Kids can't cross the street? The first thing I remember they taught us in grade 1, first grade for you Americans, they had a little song, and it's all about crossing the street. It's not a difficult concept, and I've seen people with mental disabilities cross the street because it's not very hard. And I'm not saying they're stupid, but if people who are quote-unquote stupid by society can cross the fucking street, why does a 13-year-old need a crossing guard to cross the street? And they'll get a letter sent home or suspended for not crossing the street. It's all about rules. It's all about not questioning authority. If you question authority, at least where I was from the school, you got suspended even more days. And you were treated like a child. You were treated like you were an imbecile, like you were the town fool, that the town idiot that just, goes around and da-dee-da-da-da. I only have, I can count the number of brain cells on my hands type of person. And that's what school fosters. It just assumes you're stupid. And these accelerated programs, these special classes they have, I don't know what they're called in grade school. I not remedial, that's for the dumb kids. But the vast majority of people are not, nobody should be forced under that education. It's a complete scam, and it's all rule-based, and it treats you like a prisoner. You are a prisoner, and if you dare speak out, if you dare say anything, you are just the worst of all people. How dare you? The school's been around for 100 years, and people like you are what the school despises. So, yeah, school is mind-numbingly stupid, and no wonder why no one gives a shit about school anymore. I don't think anyone really, I think people just, especially Gen Y and Z, they don't give a fuck. It's not so they won't do well in school, but they will question everything now, at least, because they're seeing it, their parents and grandparents, how they did everything according to the school authority, and they were good little boys and girls, and now they're just mind-numbingly dumb in society. So I think I'm done with this rant, because I'm not making any sense anymore, so moving on.